Hey, it's just you and me today. Listen, if you're looking at the Bitcoin chart right now and thinking, did I just ruin my life? Did I just ruin my futures by buying this thing? I want you to stay with me for a few minutes because in this videos I'm going to show you why this kind of crash has happened before, why people who stayed and kept stacking sats came out way stronger, and what's the real long-term benefits of for people like you who own Bitcoins and don't give up in times like this. If you ever thought about quitting or selling everything's on a loss, this is for you. So let me ask you this. Are you willing to think beyond today's price and look at the bigger pictures with me? Right now, I know it feels rough. Bitcoin price has dropped hard. Your portfolios might be deep in red. You might be embarrassed, stressed, or even scared to open your app. And maybe you're asking yourself, was I wrong? Is Bitcoin's actually over? Is this the one dip that never recovers? Those feelings are real. I'm not here to deny that, but I'm here to remind you of something important. We've been here before many times. Let's go back in times together for a second. Back in 2013, Bitcoins ran up to around $1,000 and then crashed about 80%. Back then, people said, that's it, experiment failed, game's over. But in 2017, Bitcoin hits around $20,000, then fell again, all the way down to about $3,000. Same story, bubble popped it, it's dead. Don't even touch it again. Then in 2020, during the global panic, Bitcoin had another brutal crash. For a moment, it looks like everything was falling apart. And yet, after every one of those crashes, the network kept running. Blocks kept getting mined. And over time, the price recovered and moves to new highs. Let me ask you, if you could go back and talk to someone who sold at the bottom in those crashes, what would you tell them? Because that's the positions a lot of people are in right now. So why does Bitcoin keep on doing this? Why do we see these crazy ups and downs? Number one, because Bitcoin is still young. It's not a slow, boring asset. It's new, it's global, and it trades 24/7 with no pause button. Number two, Bitcoin shows pure human emotions. On the way up, greed, FOMOs, and wild prediction. On the way down, fear, panic, it's over. Number three, every cycle brings in new people, new problems, new retail investors, new institutions, new countries, new rules, and also new mistakes, new scams, and new hype. When those problems get washed out of the system, the price can move violently. That cleaning process is ugly, but it's part of how the markets reset. Volatility is not a bug. It's part of what you sign up for. With free, open global markets, and nobody can shut down or rescue. Now let me ask you personally, did you expect this journey to be smooth? Or did you know deep down it would be wild? Let's talk about what causes a big dips like this. There are a few major forces that can push Bitcoin down. Sometimes it's macro fear, high interest rates, inflations, talk of recessions, or governments tightening financial conditions. When people panic, they sell what they can sell. And Bitcoin is very liquid, so it gets hit. Sometimes it's regulation fear, news about ban, new laws, crackdown on exchanges, new taxes, or confusing rules. Even if the long-term impact is small, the short-term reactions can be brutal. Sometimes it's crypto drama and exchanges blew up. A big fund gets liquidated, a large holder sells, too many people use leverage and get wiped out in exchange reactions. Those things can push the price down fast. But here's what I want you to really hear. None of that changes what Bitcoin is at its core. Those things hits the price. They do not change the rules of the protocol. They do not change the 21 million cap. They do not change the fact that it's decentralized and borderless. So here's the questions for you. Are you judging only by the short-term price or by what it actually is underneath the noise? Now let's look forward. What does the futures really look like for someone like you who own Bitcoins and keeps stacking sats? through times like this? What are the actual long-term benefits of being a Bitcoiner, especially when most people are running away? Let's break it down together one by one. Benefit number one, you're opting into a scare asset. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. That rule doesn't change. There's no central bank behind Bitcoin that can wake up and say, we're printing more. In a world where most money can be created with a few clicks, owning a piece of something that is truly limited is powerful. When you stack Satoshi even a little amount, you're basically saying, I want a slice of this limited supply, and I'm thinking about my futures, not just today. Ask yourself, 10 years from now, will you be happier you stacked it a bit here and there, or that you waited for the perfect moments that never came? Benefit number two, you're moving from trust to verifications. Most of the traditional system is based on trusting someone else. Trust the bank, trust the government, trust the central bank, trust the companies. Bitcoin flips that. With Bitcoins, the rules are open. Anyone can verify the supply. You don't need to trust one person or one institution. And when you hold your own keys, your Bitcoin is not someone else's IOU. You're not begging a bank to let you move your money. You are in control. In a world where banks can freeze accounts and companies can fail overnight, how valuable is it to have something that you can verify and control yourself? Benefit number three, you're part of the growing global network. Bitcoin is not just a price on a chart. It's a network of millions of people worldwide. Today, users, companies, miners, developers, and even government. During every bear market, the outside world say it's over. But quietly, in the background, the builders keep building. Exchanges get better and more secure. Custody solutions improve. More tools, more apps, more educations, more adoptions. When you own Bitcoins, you're not just holding a coin. You are plugged into a global, neutral money network that doesn't care where you live or what passport you hold. Let me ask you, does that idea of a global, neutral money systems make sense to you? Does it feel bigger than just a trade? Benefit number four, you're training your mindset. This part is huge. When holding Bitcoin through crashes forces you to grow emotionally. You learn how to zoom out. You learn not to chase hype. You learn not to panic sales at every dip. You start thinking in years instead of days. Most people do the same thing. They buy high when everyone is excited and they sell low when everyone is scared. If you break that pattern, you've already changed your financial mindset. So be honest with yourself. Are you letting the chart control your emotions, or are you starting to control your emotions around the chart? Now let's talk about stashing Satoshi right now. In this kind of market, stacking sats just mean buying a small amounts regularly. No matter what the price is doing today, you're not trying to hit the exact bottom. You're not trying to beat every trader. You're playing a long-term game of steady accumulation. Look, when the price dips, your emotions will tell you, stop, this is too dangerous. Wait until everyone feels bullish again. But usually by the time everyone feels safe, the price is already much higher. I'm not telling you to be reckless. I'm telling you to have a real plan. Decide how much you can invest without losing sleep. How long are you willing to hold? Are you okay with ups and downs along the way? Stacking sats during fearful times, it's like planting seeds in a storm. You don't see the result right away, but when the weather clears, that's when you're glad you planted. So here's another question for you. Do you want to act like the crowd, or like the person who quietly prepares while everyone else panic? We also need to be honest about risk. Bitcoin is not guaranteed. Nothing in investing is guaranteed. Regulation can change. New technologies can appear. Black swan events can show up out of nowhere. That's why you shouldn't put in money you absolutely cannot afford to see it go ups and down. You shouldn't gamble with leverage or bet your rent money on any asset, including Bitcoin. But for people who study it, understand it, and make it a long-term piece of the strategy, even after multiple crashes, there are still so many people here building, learning, and yes, still stacking. So let's come back to the heart of it. Is there still hope for the future if I keep stacking Satoshis, especially with all the problems causing Bitcoins to dip? Here's my answer to you one-on-one. As long as Bitcoin keep doing what it was designed to do, creating blocks, keep the 21 million limit, stay decentralized, and hard to censor, there is a logical reason to stay optimistic long term. The crazy stuff that causes debt, panic, bad news, leverage, drama, that's noise on top of the signal. The signal is the protocol. The signal is the scarcity. The signal is the global networks that keeps growing, even when the price is down. So ask yourself, do you believe that a form of money that can't be printed endlessly and can't be easily censored has a place in the futures? If your answer is yes, then these moments are not just something you survive. They are moments you can use. If you're watching this and you feel tired, scared, or discouraged, I get it. It's okay to feel that way. It's okay to question things. It's okay to step back and think about your plan. But don't let fear make every decision for you. Learn more. Strengthen your understanding, not just your hope. Decide clearly what Bitcoin means for your life and build strategies that respect both the upsides and the risk. If you decide to keep stacking Satoshis, do it with intentions, not because of hype, not because of someone's on the internet yelling to the moon, but because you seize the long-term story. A harder form of money, a more open network, a more control over your own value. So here's where I'll leave you today. Bitcoin has crashed before. It will crash again. That's part of the journey. But historically, each cycle has rewarded the persons who stay calm, kept learning, kept stacking within their limit. Owning Bitcoin is not just about catching a quick pump. It's about aligning with a different kinds of money and different ways of thinking. If that's the path you're on, there is still hope. There is still opportunities, and you're still early in your own journey. Keep your time horizon long. Keep your emotions in check. And if it fits your plan, keep stacking those Satoshis, my friend. And don't forget to hold it tight and stack it right. Take care.